Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Who Would Win, Soifon versus Pride. So, it's next Bleach Who Would Win, Soifon, and I had issues with Soifon because most of the other characters or captains I have, captains that I have listed up on the Bleach fights, all have unique character traits, quirks, or something that could attribute a character to a opponent to them. Soifon doesn't have. Soifon's probably one of the most bland captains there is. She's an assassin, sure, but most of the assassins I could think of, or I guess I could have thought of an assassin, but really, what she got the claim for? She's head of the assassination squad. She's super fast. She's arrogant. She's got a big ego on. Well, not ego, but she's very prideful. She takes pride in her abilities. So it was kind of difficult to think of a really good opponent. But when I thought of Pride, I'm like, I have never used any of the Full Metal Alchemist characters, and there is Pride, so screw it. We got Soifon versus Pride from Full Metal Alchemist, and we're talking about the kid version, not the obviously for the thumbnail, not the original version. Because the original version actually was King Bradley, and this is the kid. Sean or Sign Bradley. Point being, so yeah. So let's see what these characters bring to it. Now I'm going to start with Pride first, because he's all over the fucking place. So Pride, he's the most powerful of the seven homunculi, the seven sin homunculi. He is a little kid. He's an arrogant little crap because he knows that he is the strongest. He seems to have a love and fondness of fighting. At the point where he'll kind of just mock and toy with individuals, and yeah, he can't accept reality of that. He's wrong, so he'll try to justify his actions, his means, in whatever way possible. He's like all the homunculi. He's got enhanced strength, agility, things along those lines, super enhanced regenerative capabilities. But his real ability comes from the fact that the kid is not his actual body. His actual body is a giant shadow, which can move through darkness, but needs some light to be there, to exist, because shadow needs a light. You need to look. See, you can't have that without that. But too bright a light will actually harm, and I'm assuming bright enough could actually kill him in some sense. He can move through shadow, perfect for espionage. He can fit basically into any empty spot because he is nothing more than a shadow. But he can expand throughout the whole transmutation circle of the city, which is the city. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got one giant transmutation circle in the city. They can act as tendrils. It can make arms and act independently. They can pretty much cut down most solid objects. It can withstand. It can't be harmed by any conventional means because it's. Some say it's depending how you interpret it. He consumed, and I'll get to the consuming ability in a little bit. But he consumed greed, which basically gave him impervious skin to conventional means. But you can also make the argument because he's a shadow, he has no physical, tangible form in some regards. But he can manipulate, slice, act as conventional arms, but he's far more strong because he absorbs sloth, which gives him super strength. Which we gotta talk about that. He's able to consume any living creature or being and assimilate their abilities. This pretty much has all the abilities of his brethren. He can slice through things like lust. He has enhanced eyesight like wrath. He's impervious or impervious conventional means, such as same as greed is. Enhanced smell and like gluttony, enhanced strength like sloth, so forth and so on. Shapeshift like envy. That said, he's absorbed them all pretty much, and he's also absorbed alchemist and chemist who was capable of using explosive alchemy, explosive transmutation, which enables him to use explosion, which apparently he's never used, but it could be assumed that he can use it. So for the sake of this fight, he can use it. Now he's not invincible. None of the homunculi were ever invincible. He is the strongest though, and he holds his disdain for humans, just like the All Father pretty much did. But yeah, his regeneration, like any of them, can be taxed enough that he won't regenerate. He can be defeated by an unconventional means. I don't recall how they actually defeat him in the show / manga, but. So yeah, that's Pride. Soifon. Now Pride's also got the body of a little kid, so whatever. But Soifon's short, 4'11". She is strict order. Follows. What is this? Central Aether, which is the she follows the rules more or less. She will mock and judge opponents. She will strike down without any hesitation, though she will try to gauge her opponents somewhat. She is a master of hand-to-hand combat, being possibly one of the most proficient in the entire Soul Society. Being an assassin, she prefers hand-to-hand techniques. Among equipment, she has a Ginsho, I can't remember how it wrote. It's a steel sash that she uses to prevent her Bankai from throwing her all the way back. And even that got ripped when she used it. But she's a Shunpo Master, which means she's flashed up super speed. She is among the most proficient in the Soul Society, though the head Yamamoto might have been better than her. Who knows? He was that captain for a reason. She's so fast she can create afterimage clones, literally like dozens of clones and afterimages. She's a master, like I said, master master in hand-to-hand combat. Capable of fighting on par with the likes of Yoruichi, who's also possibly one of the most skilled in the Bleach universe for that. She can take on multiple opponents with combining her flash step, super speed, and her hand-to-hand and just knock them all out. She's got a fine knowledge of human pressure points, weak points, things along those lines. Shunko is the ability and she can use Kido. She's capable of using some binding spells. Binding, and there's Hado, and then there's Bakudo. Bakudo is the binding means, it's a defensive spell, and Hado is the offensive spell. We haven't seen her use many Kidos, but we know she can use at least a binding spell, which is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like 3 pillars that slam in. One slams into your sternum, and the other 2 slam in. It basically kind of crucifies you a bit on a wall, unless you got the power to break it out, which the opponents can. But Shunko is a combination of hand-to-hand combat and Kido, which is it's essentially like wind and lightning put together, more or less. And she eventually ends up mastering this one. It is pretty much wind and lightning put together. When she finally masters it, it's like she's literally got tornadoes on her arms, and she literally can just crash in with the force of a hurricane, more or less. And in a weaker form, it takes more of a lightning-based attack, which is still interesting, still cool, and still powerful. And she can, with her speed, it's a very deadly attack. But it can also be nullified with a Kido of opposite power. But Kido's not going to matter with her opponent. So moving on. She's also a skilled master swordsman. She uses her Zanpakuto takes the form of a wakizashi, which is not a tanto, which is not a short, not like basically a dagger, but it's not a katana, a full sword. It's a short sword basically. But she wields it with high proficiency. Can use it with one hand, reverse grip, one hand, basic grip, 2 hands. And she's not she's strong for her size, but she's not a physically superior foe to a lot of the other captains or anything like that. She's made for quick striking, not she's not a tank. So she's a master of stealth and assassination techniques, so she's got that going on. So she can hide in stealth if she hide in the shadows if she needs to, but that could work against her. But she's enhanced durability, all that. She has great spiritual energy, so she can, the whole spiritual pressure thing. She can make it feel like gravity's weighing down on you. Then you get to her actual Zanpakuto, Suzamushi, or Suzamushi, depending on what your pronunciation is. Essentially, I can't remember what it's actually called, but it's essentially it takes the form. If you don't know what Yoruichi's actual Zanpakuto looks like, her wakizashi turns into a gauntlet with a single blade. But that stands on her middle. I'm not giving you a figure. It's like this. It's designed like that. She's got this long, like a 6-inch blade, all together. And essentially, the blade is a 2-step kill. It has a poison in it, which won't kill you on the first strike, but will, as she calls it, it's a homunca as it is. It's a butterfly-shaped mark on your body. And if she strikes the exact same spot again, you are dead. And it's not just you will die of poison, just and your body will be there. No, they showed what happened in like the anime and the manga. What happens when you're actually struck by the 2-hit kill? You are just gone. You are just erased from existence, more or less. So it is a very powerful, unique attack. And excuse me, step on my nose. And it can also be used to counteract poisons as well. It's also durable enough to withstand a sword strike, all that. Her Bankai, now this one I might, I want to say it's Juko Raikobin. I know the Raikobin part, but I think it's Junsho, or I think it's Junko or Junso Raikobin. Essentially, her stealthy assassination, so she even says she hates this thing. It turns into a giant off missile that can literally that is just destroy. It's pure destruction. It's a missile, for God's sake. She can use it twice, but in a day, and like within an hour. But it's very tiring and taxing. It's only really a last resort option and a one-shot kill kind of thing. And unless an opponent had something that can wear it down before it strikes, or is just durable enough to withstand a hit, then yeah. So that's Soifon. Now let's be clear about one thing right here. Sorry, again, something on my nose. Good girl. Good making pee-pee. I think you're making a pee-pee. Are you that, or you're making a poo-poo? I can't recall. I can't see. No, you're making a pee-pee. Here you go, good girl. You want to go back inside? 1 second. Go back inside, see honey? What's your honey? What's your honey? And I'm back. The thing about, we gotta bring this right up right now. Soifon is, you gotta be kidding me, the dog. Seriously? Oh my God. 1 second. You either stay inside or you stay outside. You do one or the other. You do not do both. I'm not doing this while I got a video going on. I know. And there's Domino. Domino's here to mascot the video. Oh God. So me and Domino are talking about the fights. Tell me about the fights. Oh, you're a good girl. Oh, yes, you scratch your butt. Anyway, while I'm scratching her butt, let me continue. And let me get the lighting back. There we go. You're a good girl. But we gotta, where was I? Oh, yes. We gotta basically address the fact that Soifon is not human. Shinigami, for what it's worth, are not human. I mean, they were human at one point, but they're dead now. This is what happens assuming you die and you go into Soul Society. You're not human, you're a Shinigami. So you are different than human. Your weapons are forged from your soul. You have non-human based weapons. I mean, a sword is a human based weapon, but in the context of the Soul Society and Bleach, that is that is a supernatural weapon. So we got to bring that in the fray. So let's paint the picture here. Let's say Pry's in the city. He's in a tunnel. He likes the tunnels. They're dark, but he can get some light. And he's got the alchemy circles and all that. Soifon is there. They were dealing with hollows, and she sensed some sort of presence with the homunculi. They all sensed that. Some of them fought the homunculi. I'm not going to do homunculi fights versus the Bleach folks, by the way. Ooh, whoa. Oh, God. Okay, yep, I got it. Ooh, that was close. She had a tick on her face. Good girl, I got that tick off. Yep. Oh, what's your wrong? And you can get off my finger now. Yeah. Anyway. Man, there we go. I'm just going to squish this little guy right now. Yep. It's the Elmo Crudy. It's a tick. Fuck it. Anyway. Still alive? Maybe you are. I don't care. Anywho, so she goes in. Maybe they all dealt with homunculi on their own right. Maybe like Kenpachi was fighting Wrath. I could see that being a cool fight. I'm not going to do that fight, mind you, but that would be an interesting fight. It'd be a cool fight to see. Unless, it's suggested better than the one I already have lined up. Anywho, so she goes into the tunnel, and Pry greets her in the arrogant little tone. They say, hello there, miss. I don't know how he sounds. Like, hello there, miss. Is there anything I can help you with? Say, I'm looking for someone, or you go away, wait. And then she realizes, wait, kid, you can see me. It's like, I guess I played my hand a little too much. And all of a sudden, tendrils come out of the walls and try to kill her. And she dodges. Ooh, you're fast. Maybe I'll have some fun with you. And so the fight actually starts. So he's traveling. He's able to just zip and zap because he's in a shadowy place and just able to manipulate the whole area. Tendrils are coming out. And he's like, "Oh, come on, miss. Come on, miss. Are you going to dodge all day?" It's like, "You're not giving me much of a choice here. You're not that stationary either. Why don't you just try to stay in one place?" "Oh, what fun would that be?" It's like, "I said stay in one place," or something like that. Or like maybe she'd make a comment against like him being a little brat, like, children should know when to watch their mouths. And then I can't remember the name of the Bakudo, but Bakudo number whatever. And then she does that and she lands the kid body, and the kid body's just stuck there. It's like, what the? I can't move. What is this? And then the tendrils come and just smash through it. And and then she maybe fires another one. It misses, but it hits the Shadow. Shadow's kind of temporarily mobilized, but overall can still move and things like that. It's like, what is this ability of yours? It's like, it's Keto. Because, Soifon's just is a little on the arrogant side, too. So she probably gives some stuff away. It's like, Keto, this would be a fun little ability to add on. All of a sudden, a mouth opens up. It's like, I wouldn't mind adding that to my body. And she gets away. It's like, you are slippery. And then all of a sudden, more tendrils. It's like, you are slippery indeed, my dear. Now, so... But the thing about, how would you? No, it's like, you are a slippery little gnat, aren't you? I'm not a gnat. Sting all enemies to death, Suzumebachi. I'm a hornet. And then she, comes in, just jabs, quick jab. It's like, oh, what? Quickly she realizes she pierced his body, but being regenerative, the wound just seals up, but the mark's still there. It comes in again, but the Shadow gets in the way. Shadow gets struck, but because it's Shadow, while the Homonga might be there, it's going to just be like, he actually, I bet, honestly, that'd be interesting to see what would happen if her Suzumebachi would hit the Shadow, because the Shadow is just basically, granted, supernatural weapon versus basically a non-physical entity in some sense that is more or less impervious, but she could still probably pierce him to a degree. She'd strike him, and he doesn't have the spiritual energy, I'd bet. Well, he'd probably have energy, but I don't know if he'd have enough to counteract that. But I bet he could actually disperse the mark, honestly, when hitting the shot. So she hits the body. He realizes this mark's not going away, though he regenerated. And she hits the Shadow. The Shadow actually disperses the mark. She sees this. She tries it a few more times. She realizes she can't get through the Shadow. So now she's dodging. Now he probably gets a lucky hit. She was like, ah! Now Soifon just, ah! It's like, you are a handful. I haven't had this much fun in a while. It's like, and I commend you for that. It's a real honor to give me such enjoyment. Now it's time to eat. And he's about to go in, she activates her Shunko, lower form for herself, which is laying there, and all of a sudden just, what the hell? And all of a sudden the light from the Shunko is starting to, while it would give him light to, and Domino's playing with a bottle? Yeah, a bottle. And while the light would give him room to grow, the light from a Shunko, at least from first form, would be so bright that I think would actually be hurting him, plus the actual electricity itself. What is that? It's called Shunko. That Keto you love so much is a combination of hand-to-hand techniques and Keto. And then she just zips in and just starts bashing into him, just boom, boom, zip, 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 boom, boom. The Shadow can only block so much. The Shadow is starting to take a pummeling too. I would even guarantee she cracks through when she goes into full-on wind hurricane mode and just breaks the Shadow. And he just screams, ah! You wretch! And then all of a sudden, just the whole tunnel there, and just tendrils and mass blades. It's like, I will kill you! No, she starts slicing the blades. The blades can't cut through her Shunko, but she can't hold it forever. She realizes that I gotta end this. And she realizes though that as hard as he tries to hit her, the light is hurting him. She would have, because she's and Domino's making so much noise. You're making so much noise, Domino. Give me a bottle. Oh, there we go. Just chill out for a minute, or chase the bottle. Yeah, chase the bottle. But I think she's an assassin, master assassin, and a very combat-oriented fighter, like hand-to-hand strategy, all that. She would probably figure out the light's hurting him, so she would basically say, you know what, screw this. She can see basically the opening of the tunnel. He's charging out. It's like, I will kill you. Just a giant glob, his real form of the shadow. Just, ah! And then just like, but it's just, it's like, well, so if I don't have much else left, and just Funkai, Jakubai Jacobin, and then the giant F-off missile phones up. He sees it, his eyes quickly say, "Oh God!" It's like, "Oh God, no!" And then he's about to reach it. When she goes flying back, she uses the kickback to just launch herself out of the tunnel, and all of a sudden, just boom! Supermassive explosion just fills the tunnel. The combination of the how bright the explosion would be in the tunnel too would just completely overwhelm. Plus the actual force of the explosion itself. I would call it at that point that even with his regenerative capabilities, even with impervious nature, I think he would be dead. She would kill him at that point, and the whole cave would collapse on him. Even if he did survive, he would still be beaten. He would still be the loser in that fight. So I would have to give it to Soifon due to the fact that she has a better, just more powerful firepower. She's got the ability to avoid him long enough to point out weaknesses. She's not human. Her weapons may be conventional in the sense of what type of weapons they are, but they're not conventional in the sense that they're supernatural based. So on that sense, I got to give it to Soifon. Now, how often do I give it to Soifon? Well, I can definitely see scenarios where Pride takes her by surprise, maybe gets her little feet locked in a shadow or something like that, and going to try to maybe takes a bite out of her or something. But she's fast enough that, I mean, she's been speeded before, but she's and he's fast too in his own way. But honestly, she can create after images. I didn't even get to the after images part. I can honestly see her moving so fast. At one point, he thinks he catches her, eats her, but then it was like, "What? I don't taste anything." And all of a sudden, realizes it was an after image. She does the dozen after images and just blam. Hell, even with just the Shunko alone, she using her Suzumebachi, she could just blitz him enough to actually hit like the Philosopher's Stone in him and just kill him. So, I mean, is there a way that Pride could win? Yeah, I think he could take it by surprise. Maybe take off an arm like happened in the fake Korokoro Town arc. There's ways he could win. I would say, but I'd give it to her about 90% of the time. I think there's about a 10% chance he could win. So 1 out of 10, I say Pride wins, but 9 out of 10, I think Soifon wins. So, yeah, that's this week's Who Would Win. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for Who Would Wins, put those in the comments below, too. I will get to them at some point. Next month's Who Would Win will involve Gin Ichimaru from Bleach. Or next month's Bleach will be Gin. Now, I have one I really like lined up for that. But again, I take suggestions. If you have a better idea of who to fight Gin, and give me Gin suggestions, I'll either replace it for next month, or I will just keep it on the shelf for another point in time. But yeah, Gin Ichimaru is the next Bleach captain we're going with for the fights next month. But this month, I still have Who Would Wins to get to. I am getting to one of the Who Would Wins. Leatherface versus Michael Myers, I believe. That was suggested by someone a while back. I'll have to actually, I should have it in the my list here. So who suggested that one? Leatherface versus Michael Myers. I do not. Oh, I don't have who. I forgot to write down who wrote that down or who gave me that suggestion. But I'll be sure to find it, and that'll be tomorrow. That'll be next week's because it's October. It's Halloween, so yeah, that's gonna be next week's Leatherface versus Michael Myers. Again, I want to talk about Korokoro's leak today, but we don't have all the images up yet, so I don't really want to do a video on it right now. I mean, if it comes up the next day or so, I'll do a video on it. But otherwise, I think I'll just wait until the entirety of the spoilers are out throughout the next. Because we're getting a massive spoiler dump coming up. So, yeah, with the demo and all that. So we're getting a lot of stuff about to come out. But until then, yeah, tomorrow will be a Magic video. It will be the account review. And I'll have a superhero video up. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time.